in Tathra on the Sapphire Coast in New South Wales, the primary school hall is filling up fast. Nearly 250 people have turned up to decide what they can do to combat climate change.
I've been a believer or an acknowledger that climate change is real and has been real for a long time, and I do think that we've got a responsibility to do something about it.
We think that our politicians aren't doing sufficient as far as climate change. It's almost there's a big denial.
I'm really detecting a very strong mood for change in regional Australia.
Local Dr Matthew Knott is leading the charge.
People really searching for leadership on climate change, but also, particularly in regional areas, appreciating that renewable energy offers us a huge economic opportunity. That's what tonight's all about, economic opportunity. I hear the excuse all the time that Australia is only worth 1% of global emissions, so why bother doing anything about climate change? In Tathra, my back-of-the-envelope calculation tells me that we're worth about 0.00005% of global emissions. So we're a very, very small part of the problem, but we want to be a big part of the solution, absolutely. We want to show leadership on climate change. It means we're going to have to look very carefully at energy conservation.
His community group is pushing for the town and the Shire to fully embrace renewable energy.
I'm now proposing that we have a vote on a 100% renewable energy target by 2030 for the Bega Valley Shire, starting right here in Tathra. Can we have a show of hands for those who would support that motion? Thank you very much. Anyone object to it? We have an objection. Would you like to have a word?
2025.
So I think we can declare that motion passed. At our meeting in Tathra, we also put it to our community that we wanted to paint the water tower in Tathra with that target. I think it will give Tathra a sense of pride that we are leading the way nationally in Australia when it comes to climate change solutions.
Climate change has been on the minds of many here in Tathra since parts of the town were destroyed by a bushfire last year. Scientists have long warned the risk of extreme weather events will increase as the planet gets warmer. Right now, global temperatures are projected to rise by up to 3 degrees above pre-industrial levels. Decades after the world first decided to act on climate change, Australia still doesn't have agreement on how to reduce its emissions, nor by how much.
Climate change has become a political football, and our message right from the start, as clearly as we can make it, is that we want bipartisan support for a strategic approach to reducing emissions that aligns with what the science is telling us that we should be doing, because we're not seeing leadership on climate change at the moment.